welcome you to Cleveland, Ohio for a terrific matchup as the last unbeaten team in the National Football League. The Arizona Cardinals are in town to take on Baker Mayfield and the Cleveland Browns. And if Baker's going to spoil the day for his former teammate Kyler Murray, it'll knock the Cardinals out of the ranks of the unbeaten. Cleveland and Arizona by the shores of Lake Erie. Alongside former NFL quarterback Mark Sanchez, I'm Kevin Kugler. Wonderful to have you with us here this afternoon. For Arizona, though, it's been a rough week. COVID has hit the Cardinals, and among those who is out after testing positive, the head coach Cliff Kingsbury. And Mark, for quarterback Kyler Murray, how do you handle this when your head coach, who's also your offensive coordinator, is not here?
This has caused a major ripple effect, and the only way I can remember what to do when there's a ripple is call on Spencer Whipple. He's going to be in the headset for Kyler Murray today calling plays, but it sounds like it's going to be a collaborative effort between him and O-line coach Sean Kugler, no relation to Kevin Kugler, my partner here. I mean, they're all over the place. We've got to keep an eye on this early and throughout the game, and it puts an even bigger emphasis on Colt McCoy because their quarterback coach is also down with COVID. Now Colt is basically taking over quarterback coaching duties, so he's a coach in cleats. It's a mess right there right now in Arizona.
Not everything is rosy for Cleveland. They love to run the football. Nick Chubb out today.
They sure do, and with Nick Chubb out, you got to call on Kareem Hunt. They're fortunate enough to have two legitimate backs, two number-one running backs, but they're missing that 1-2 punch. Look for Dearness Johnson and Felton as well to take over some of the load if Hunt goes down or gets a little tired.
Let's take a look at some players to watch, brought to you by Tubi. And when you look at players to watch, you look at A.J. Green, who's had over 1,000 yards in his career. Of course, he played the Browns twice a year with the Bengals, and looking to get on track in the wide receiver spot for the Browns, Odell Beckham Jr.
Fox Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
Between COVID and injuries, some key losses today, including Chandler Jones and Zach Allen for the Cardinals. Don't sleep on Nick Chubb being out, but also the two starting tackles, Jedrick Wills Jr. and Jack Conklin, on the shelf as well. Before we kick this one off, time to welcome in the third member of our crew. We check in with Laura Oakland.
Kevin, Kyler Murray left a massage on Friday, grabbed his phone, looked at it, and saw his head coach and quarterback coach were blowing it up. He said, "I thought I had COVID." He did not, but his coaches did. Kyler loses Cliff Kingsbury in his ear, but he said the even bigger adjustment today will be losing Cam Turner, who he leans on in between every series. So who does he lean on today? Said Kyler, Colt McCoy. He is like a coach, and his presence alone gives me confidence. Kevin?
It's going to be something we watch all day long. It's so significant. The communication aspect of this has changed. Vance Joseph, defensive coordinator, two-year head coach of the Broncos. He'll be the front man for the Cardinals today. Kevin Stefanski, who went through a situation like this in the playoffs last year when he was knocked out of the win over the Steelers.